Here we go. Look at this mess. Hey guys, Aaron with Christian Men Going Their Own Way. Just wanted to give you an update on the project here. I had a few requests about some of the projects I work on. This being the 1-ton Chevy that I'm doing some work to it, putting a different fuel system, an additional fuel system on it. So I have a couple to toggle back and forth from, and so a little bit of an update and a dumbass attack here. So lights are back on. Come on, get it right. Anyways, we have the non-standard fuel system on here already, which is the biphase liquid propane injection system. You can see the fuel rail here if you know anything about engines. And I added on top here, there's 8 injectors. That's from a Prins VSI, stands for vapor sequential injection. And originally it piggybacked off the factory ECM, and it was an additional computer box or ECM box that made corrections based on some extra sensory inputs from the vapor system. And so my plan was to eliminate that ECM, that Prins VSI ECM, and just run my Heltec on these injectors, reading data from the current engine sensors and a couple extra sensors. So I got these all hooked up. Had it run the other night, and had a, like I say, had a dumbass attack. These I should have checked these gaseous vapor injectors, or whatever you call them. They're Kian brand injector. They have a very low coil resistance, meaning they pull quite a bit of current. And I didn't bother checking it, and when I checked, I started getting a misfire. I lost a cylinder, and so I checked the DC resistance on these coils, and my meter didn't look like it's reading it correct, but it showed less, or right about a little over 1 ohm. And I checked the factory, or the way they are designed, they're 1.25 ohm. Well, the Heltec that was driving them each has 8 individual driver circuits, and it can only put out 8 amps per driver circuit. Well, if you do a little math with these Kian injectors, they're pulling, I think, almost 12 amps. So lo and behold, I fried one of the driver circuits on the Heltec. So yeah, dummy me. So anyways, I guess that's what happens when you get in a hurry. And we'll mosey on over here into the other compartment where the driver resides. So I get to take this little Heltec. This is the Elite 2500 model. They're not a cheap unit. They're pretty cool, very advanced. Lots of in-depth programming options. Very technical. When I started looking at this thing, I spent about a week just looking at the programming and all the things you could do with it. Compounding map layers upon compounding maps. It's just 4th and 5th dimensional tuning. It's pretty cool what you can do with them, but she gets to ride back to the factory, and maybe I'll get it repaired. Maybe there's a EEPROM upgrade or something like that, or who knows what. So anyways, that's that, but always something. But anyways, I was thinking earlier today about human sexuality, and who are the sexual ones in nature? Is it men or is it women? What do you guys think? You know, you count the sexual members of the human body, man versus woman. What do you guys think? I count about 1 on the male, and 1, 2. You just go from the bottom up. 1, 2. Oh, you can start at the legs. 1, 2. Go up a little higher. 3, 4. What's in between the legs? 5. let's just say just about everything on a woman's body, when it's in good tuning, good tuned up condition, is sexual. Just about every component of it, or at least has a sexual desire to it. And you don't think women know this? So I kind of seen this here a while back, and I don't know if I ever said anything about it, but I don't think men are the sexual ones. It's the women. They're the ones that are baiting us men. So we just need to be aware of those things. You know, we have a sex drive too, and it gets left unchecked, it can get out of control. But I kind of look at the ones who know that they're desirable, and I don't know. I'm usually putting I don't think things through all that well while I'm talking about it, but I think you get where I'm going with this. They're the ones that air out their laundry, let it spill over, let it all hang out, and you know, we get excited about it. So, and depending on the woman, if she's got a good heart, you know, maybe she won't be, you know, she'll try to dress modestly, and I think there's some women out there that do that, but a lot of them are probably already taken. But many women put all their chips into their looks and do nothing else for themselves, and they don't train themselves into, you know, if you're going to get married, one would think you would spend a little time training yourself in what it takes to stay married, but I don't think they see it like that. You know, the Bible says, or the Apostle Paul says in the Bible, you know, the daughters are supposed to be trained up by their parents, or at least their mothers, trained up to love their husbands, it says. And I don't think there's much of that going on. Only in a few churches that you know, are borderline control. I'm not going to say they're cults, but I guess what church isn't a cult today? I probably sound like an ass saying that, but it seemed like most of them are just likened to a country club or a casino. You could take that where you want to go with it, but I don't know. Anyways, back on topic here. Yeah, modestly dressing, you know, you ought to be able to figure out if one's using their body as a manipulation tool. And I guess watch out for them kind of women, you know. And I just came to the point where I'm staying away from women altogether. You know, the efforts I put in have basically returned void, and it's like, the hell with it. I'll do what I like to do, and I'll do what produces fruit. So yeah. Anyways, yeah, men are always often portrayed as a sexual aggressor, but I think we need to look at this a little differently, as who's the one airing out their laundry out, you know, setting us up. You know, all these guys with this Me Too stuff, you know, they weren't, if there are some accusations that are actually true, which there probably are, you know, it goes both ways. You know, don't put yourself in a situation where you are vulnerable to accusation, or, you know, in a stupid scenario. I mean, avoid the appearance of evil. You know, who knows what can go on behind closed doors? It's just best to do everything out in the open, you know. And I think we're all seeing the repercussions of doing business behind closed doors, or at least, you know, the accusations of these scenarios. I'm probably just rambling here, but someone might get something out of this. No, I think I don't know if us men are completely to blame for being the sexual aggressor. I think it's the other way around. Women manipulating with their looks and their body and whatnot. So anyways, just some more wrangled thoughts. Can't think of anything else right now. I'm so narrow-minded when I'm working on vehicles and stuff like this. It's hard to, I really got to take some time out to sit and think about what I'm going to talk about, rather than just freewheeling here or rapping or whatever you call it. So Yeah, life of a mechanic, I guess. Narrow-minded, focused, concentrated, and it's hard to switch boxes. But no excuse now, is there? So, men, keep your heads up. Go MGTOW and have a good night.